Sponsored by Sinclair Heating and Cooling for 24/7 comfort on call.
Well, hello, Brad.
Chris, those were a lot of headlines. Are you out of breath?
I am. Take it away.
Okay.
And so, with some of those health headlines, play right into your 3 brilliant minutes
Absolutely.
today.
We do have 2 health topics today. And the first one has to do with being put to sleep during surgery, okay? And as it turns out, your sex determines your sensitivity to anesthetics, okay? So here's what inspired this research, and this is really interesting in and of itself. Quote, while early studies reported that men and women are equally sensitive to anesthetics, some modern studies indicate that women are nearly 3 times more likely to regain awareness during a surgical procedure.
Okay, no thank you.
That fact in and of itself is startling, but that's what really made these researchers, let's dig down. Let's see what's going on here, okay? So let's take a look at the study.
Okay.
It included, they were volunteers, 30 healthy adults aged 22 to 40 years of age. 18 were men, 12 were women, and they received isoflurane. It's a commonly used inhaled anesthetic, and they were under for 3 hours, okay? So during anesthesia, they also recorded their brainwave activity, so they knew what was going on there, okay? And then after recovering, participants underwent cognitive testing every 30 minutes for a full 3 hours. So this was pretty much an all-day experiment, right? So take a look at what they found. First of all, women regain consciousness faster than men. Chris, much faster. Female participants were able to follow auditory cues 29 minutes after anesthesia. That's 16 minutes sooner than men. That's a quarter of an hour.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time, okay? So they also, women, regain speed and accuracy on cognitive tests more quickly than men. What makes it even more interesting is they were able to replicate these results in lab mice. Not that you can test cognitive things, but you know, whether or not mice can right themselves and maneuver, that sort of thing. But here's what they found. It was the mice that really gave away what's going on here. It's all related to hormones. And in fact, they found out that it's testosterone that really makes you more sensitive to the anesthesia, so it lasts longer and you go into a more deep sleep, if you will, okay? So that's what they found there. And obviously the implications are far-ranging, because obviously now you can understand how you might have to change drugs or dosages or that sort of thing. So maybe there's something coming on there.
Okay.
All right, this leads us to our second story. The third most common cancer is lung cancer, okay? Usually difficult to diagnose, okay?
Early enough.
Correct.
Right, yeah.
Signs of lung cancer can now be detected when you exhale, okay? This is really important. It came from some research in China. They created a prototype device that looks at a compound called isoprene, which is in all of our breaths.
Okay.
But if you have lung cancer present, the amount of isoprene is extremely minute. And bear in mind that even if you have healthy lungs, the amount of isoprene is extremely minute. And that's the problem. It's been too small to really measure. But they made a device with nanoflakes from a combination of platinum, indium, nickel, and oxygen that is so super sensitive that when the isoprene hits it, it releases electrons, so they can measure that flow of electrons now, okay? So it accurately, they only tested it on a handful of people, but it accurately detected the difference between 8 healthy individuals and 5 people with lung cancer. So, you know, they say a breakthrough in low-cost, non-invasive cancer screening. When you go for your annual physical, blow into this tube, your lungs look great, you know, so.
That's a good start there,
It is.
for sure.
It is.
All right, Brad, thanks so much for the
bet.
good news.